Here, when looking through, I was testing the silent auction options there, and I tried the buy it now feature, or buy now. Buy it now would be eBay. Buy now. So I tried the buy now feature, and it immediately, rather than putting the item in my cart where all my other donations would have been, it wanted a separate, like, hey, we got to take this, you got to enter your credit card information right now. Is that something normal, or is that demo specific?
It's not a demo. The thing is actually that usually the way the silent auction and the rest of the thing happens, they're kind of disconnected, if you will. So silent auction might start a couple of weeks before the event, and it might actually run event after it, right? So the way it works actually, so the assumption here is if you buy now, you actually buy now, right? And you just make a payment and you get it done with it. But everything that happens in the context of events, so let's say either in person or virtual, so as you might have seen, everything else gets added to the cart. If you close the silent auction during the event, that the winning also gets added to the cart, and they should be able to basically check it out all at once. The buy it now is actually happening completely out of context, and there they have to make a payment when they're buying it. That's kind of how it works. Does it make sense? You're muted.
So yeah, I think that makes a little more sense to where that way it gives them flexibility if it isn't all occurring at the same time.
Yeah,
So I think that
exactly. And there will be people who basically participate in a silent auction. They may not show up at the event at all, right? And so it's really, it kind of runs on its own timeline.
So with regard to the silent auction aspect of it, say you open it up a couple of weeks ahead, but you actually plan to end the silent auction during your event. They talked about moving it to paper at the event or moving it on to paper. How does that work if you've had people bidding online that aren't present at your event?
So you might have noticed when we showed the bid sheets that we generate, we actually generate two kind of bid sheets actually. One, we call it a bid sheet QR or online, and one bid sheet is the old style bid sheet with the lines there and people writing their names. So if you go with the first one, the bid sheet QR, the online one, what it does is it prints the entire thing with a QR code on it, and people are actually scanning and it kind of participating in the same auction. The advantage of that is the people will participate who are participating, and at the same time, people who scan, they'll also get a notification that, hey, you have been outbid, and you can go back and actually kind of make the bid again. But if you do decide to go the complete offline, which some people choose, you're right, actually, during that time, people will not be able to participate. So the idea is actually you kind of pause there, you continue on a paper, and then you unpause it, and then actually let's continue there. So something that you can do, though I think the better option is actually go with the QR code now that people are very, very comfortable with scanning QR code. And it's very simple action. You scan it, and it's literally like 10 seconds that you can put in the.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
I had another question there to dovetail on what James was saying there. You had mentioned getting a notification if you get outbid. That wasn't something I was able to experience during the demo. Is that something where it's a pop-up window, and would anybody's pop-up blocker be at risk of blocking that message coming through, or how
did notice come through?
You get it through an email and a text message. So you enable that 4 numbers. So you get a text message and you'll have a link right there that, hey, bid again. And they can tap it and go straight down, and actually everything is populated for them at that point of time. It's just a matter of pressing the button, or if they want to change the amount to something higher. So that's how.
Not necessarily. So we've done a silent auction a couple different ways. One is where it ends at 9 p.m. And so at 9 p.m. it automatically shuts down. And then we've also done more of a horse race type ending, where that if there's no bid on that item, then it ends, and there hasn't been a bid like within the last 2 minutes, it ends at 9 p.m. But if there is like last minute bidding, it actually allows for, it extends for like 30 seconds or a minute to get that horse race type coming at the end to get that additional bidding. Is that something this is set up to do, or is it just a flat, it's over at 9 o'clock and whoever got the last bid
So the way, I mean, we do. I actually like the idea that you're saying. Actually, it should be automated, but you and we definitely consider that as an next product enhancement. But right now, you can do. So what happens when you set the end date? Right now, the way system works is it actually pauses the bidding. It doesn't close the auction; it just pauses the bidding. So if you want to extend it, you can very easily extend it. Okay, hey, we're getting a lot of excitement. Let's extend it for another 30 minutes or so, or continue to do that. And ultimately, when you're done with everything, you kind of have to go close, and that's when everything gets finalized and no more bidding allowed. That makes sense? But it's not automated as you would like. But I think it's a great idea. Actually, you might consider it for. I mean, I'll take it to the product team, and maybe we can add it for in the future.
Okay.
Wins. My background is livestock auctions, and so we have a lot of that type of silent bidding in livestock auctions is how it's done, or online auction type systems, and they do some silent auctions using that format.
No, totally. Actually, in fact, actually, one of our partners, he's used to do the livestock bidding. So we got a bunch of interesting ideas from the other places actually that we can bring it to the benefit auction. So thank you very much for that.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else have any questions that I can answer? All right, then I'll make up my own question and actually answer it at least for the next couple of minutes. And or I can conclude. And if you guys want to see something, and if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to stay back. So first of all, thank you very much for joining and spending an hour on Tuesday with us. So we really appreciate it. As an appreciation, we'll send you the coupon code so that you can get some discount. And so a couple of things that actually I want to emphasize that actually we do all kinds of events, and it's a one-stop shop solution for your event. So you really do not need any other piece of technology, no matter what format that you choose, virtual, hybrid, or in person. That includes, of course, the silent auctions and donations and event pays and you name it, right? That's the one. Second thing that actually, if you look at our review and talk to our people, actually, we truly believe in your success and treat you as you can treat us as a part of your team. And then we go and we're very proactive about with a singular goal, really. I mean, so one of the things that we say actually, our secret sauce is we care. We care for your success. So in one or the other way, we'll get to you the goal that we wanted to go. And having said that, again, thank you very much for joining. If you have any more questions, I'll stay back and I can answer every question that you have. And we'll send you a follow-up email. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ping us. If needed, we can even get on a small follow-up call and answer any questions that you might have. Sounds good. So
Thank you so
bye,
much.
everyone. Not a problem. You're welcome.